We start at 6:30 with breaking news as sources are confirming for us that a convicted killer arrested yesterday for sexually assaulting and robbing an elderly Grandville woman is now under the scope of the Walker police, being closely looked at in connection to the murder of Grand Rapids mother Yolanda Reyes. 24-hour News 8's Heather Walker is live tonight with how the two are connected. Heather.
Leon, this is big news. It's been almost 2 months since Berta Yolanda Reyes went missing, and I've been in close contact with the Walker Police Department since then. And up until now, they haven't had any big leads. Now, tonight, we have confirmed that Reyes and Jarrett worked here together at Neil Maston Sons greenhouse in Walker, the last place where Reyes was seen alive. She was dropped off by her husband on April 24th. A month later, her body was found less than a mile away by some workers at a construction site. If Jarrett is named the suspect in the Reyes murder, it won't be his first murder case. We told you yesterday, back in the 80s, he was found guilty of murdering his neighbor lady and served 30 years for it. Tonight, we know Walker police have been in touch with people in Pennsylvania who investigated that murder. The Walker Police Department has not made a statement. We expect to hear from them tomorrow. Tonight, Jarrett is behind bars for assaulting and robbing that 85-year-old woman in Grandville on Thursday. Prosecutors say he is scheduled to be arraigned in court tomorrow. Now, this is a developing story, so we will bring you any updates online and, of course, tonight at 10 and 11. Live in Walker, Heather Walker, 24-hour News 8.
Okay, Heather, thank you very much. Now, we spent the weekend learning everything we could about this suspect, Sean Jarrett. He spent 30 years in a Pennsylvania prison for a 1982 murder. But in a plea deal, he got a shorter sentence than he might ordinarily would have. Tonight, 24-hour News 8's Tom Hillen has the report on who this man is and what his past is like.
On March 17th of 1982, a woman in the city of Farrell in Mercer County, whose name was Mary Sposito, was found dead by her son. She had been strangled and raped and post-mortem stabbed.
But investigators couldn't solve the case in time. 2 months later, Sean Jarrett struck again in Pennsylvania. He went knocking on doors, trying to talk his way into people's homes. Eventually, one woman let him in. He left after a bit, but came back.
But he snuck back into her home and tried to strangle her.
Jarrett was arrested and pled guilty to the assault and murder. He would spend the next 30 years locked up. He was released in December of 2012. His name made news then when neighbors in Warren, Ohio learned that he was moving there.
Guess we're going to have to keep an eye out around the neighborhood now.
Shortly after, he made his way here to West Michigan. But apparently his M.O. didn't change. On Thursday, Jarrett allegedly knocked on an 85-year-old woman's door in Grandville. When she let him in, he attacked and robbed her.
I was struck when I went to your website and talked to our local police. I was struck by some similarities.
Records we found show he was living at an apartment on Camelot in Grand Rapids. He's been there more than a year. He registered to vote with that address last May. Grand Rapids police say they served a search warrant at his apartment. This picture shows a full SWAT response. Police later arrested him near Dickinson and Horton in Grand Rapids.
I had been hoping, since he was released in early 2013 and we had heard nothing of him, that perhaps he was not going to commit any additional offenses. At some level, I was always concerned that he might.
And that was Tom Hillen reporting. Once again, sources say police are looking into Jarrett for the Reyes murder. At this point, he has not been named as an official suspect here. We are working to learn more. We'll get you the latest as we learn it at woodtv.com and more tonight at 10 and 11 o'clock.